When the weather gets hotter, the movies get bigger. That was so stupid. Hey there, cinephiles. The summer box office season is coming up. For those of you that don't know, from the first weekend of May to Labor Day, which this year is September 2nd, is known as the summer box office season. It's usually when the box office is most fun because this is when the big blockbusters are coming out almost every single weekend. And last year I tried predicting the top 10 highest grossing films of the summer. Didn't do too hot, and this year I wanted to try it again. Last year I ended up predicting 7 of the 10 correct, and none of them were in the exact same spot. So this year I want to at least try and do a little bit better. And once the numbers are tallied up in September, I will be revisiting this video just to see how well I do. Hopefully it's better than last year. So please do drop your predictions as well down in the comments. But alright, without further ado, let's get into my predictions for the highest grossing films of summer 2024. I currently have 3 movies that I was thinking about putting on the top 10, but they just missed a cut. In 13th, I have Alien Romulus, which comes out August 16th. In 12th, I have Borderlands, which comes out August 9th. And in 11th, I have Bad Boys Ride or Die, which comes out June 7th. Now for Alien and Borderlands, I think they'll make a good amount of money, but I don't think they'll make enough. And that's for 2 reasons. The fan base might not fully be there to support it for a huge opening weekend. And 2, it comes out in August, and movies that come out in the last month, it's just a bit harder for these movies to have a bigger cumulative gross, especially so close to the deadline. And even in Alien Romulus' case, it's definitely going to be rated R, and for it to only have, 3 weeks until the end of the summer season, it's going to be really hard for it to make that money so quickly. And in the case of Bad Boys Ride or Die, I absolutely have no idea how it's going to do. I ended up putting it 11th just because I think it could make a lot of money, but I don't know how much it'll actually make because I don't know the appetite right now for a Bad Boys movie. And this is like the first big movie starring Will Smith since the incident a couple years ago. So it's really hard to gauge how excited people are going to be to see Will Smith in a movie again. Which honestly, the slap incident from so long ago was such a stupid thing, but a good amount of people care about it enough, at least in Hollywood, so let's see how this goes. But alright, with the honorable mentions out of the way, let's get into what I'm predicting to be the top 10 highest grossing films of summer 2024. In 10th, I have The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which comes out May 10th. I think this is going to do pretty well. It comes out very early on. The other Planet of the Apes movies have been well received. I don't think this will do groundbreaking numbers, but I think it will do just well enough to get into the top 10, just barely. Honestly, the appetite for the Apes movies have never really come from that big of a crowd, so let's see if it actually is reported to be a good movie, which I'm hoping it is because I do like the other Apes movies. But again, we'll see. It's at number 10, so I could easily see this not being in the top 10 once all the numbers are counted up. In 9th, I have If, which comes out May 17th. A big live-action kids movie about imaginary friends starring Ryan Reynolds, and a pretty good cast. I mean, I could see this doing very well. I could also see this just kind of bombing. I'm going to err on the side of it doing pretty well, though, just because it comes out so early. It's going to be when certain kids are getting out of school or they're about to get out of school. And I don't know, John Krasinski delivered a very good horror movie, so hopefully he can deliver a very good kids movie. In 8th place, I have A Quiet Place Day 1, which comes out June 28th. I feel like every year there's always one horror movie that does very well, and I think this is going to be it. A lot of people really like the A Quiet Place movies. You combine that with Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn, who's going to be Human Torch and Fantastic Four, and I think you're going to have a really nice hit on your hands. And who doesn't want a fun little spooky time in the summer? In 7th, I have Twisters, which comes out July 19th. Look, the reason it's pretty high is because I have hope. This is a movie that I'm beyond excited for because I love the cast, I love the director, and I have fond memories of the first movie back when I was a kid. Also with that show/ride that used to be at Universal, that scared the living crap out of me as a kid. But with a cast of up-and-coming stars, I am so excited for this movie. Also with the director of Minari behind it, I mean, I am so hoping that this movie does well just because I want it to do well. That's why I put it here. It's not too high, but it's not too low. Like I need this to be good and to do well.
We got twins! Twins!
In 6th place, I have Furiosa, which comes out May 24th. Anya Taylor-Joy starring in a Mad Max movie. I mean, come on. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. The trailers look great, and you also have Chris Hemsworth in that makeup. Overall, I'm expecting such a damn great time with this movie. And it seems like this is going to be the movie of the summer that's pushing the big format for it. So that's going to bring in extra money right there anyway. In fifth place, I have the Garfield movie, which comes out May 24th. Now, of all the ones on here, this is the one that I hope I'm wrong with. Chris Pratt yet again voicing an animated character by not changing his voice whatsoever. Yay. I don't know. I'm just getting kind of tired of these movies that aren't fully movies and they star Chris Pratt and just like, look, I love him in Guardians. I love him in the Lego movie, but I need some more heart and something else from you, man. And overall, is the Garfield movie, just the plot and how the marketing's been so far, it's not selling me in the slightest. And I know it's a quote unquote kids movie, yet I do like a lot of kids movies when they're made well. Just being a kids movie does not mean you can be lazy with it. Anyways, I hope I'm wrong, whether in the sense that it actually doesn't make as much money as I think it will, or that this movie proves me wrong and is actually really great. But we'll see once May 24th comes around. In fourth, I have The Fall Guy, which comes out May 3rd. This is the movie to kick off the summer season, and I think it'll do pretty well. You have Ryan Gosling and You have Ryan Gosling, you have Emily Blunt. You have it be a big push in IMAX, and it's this big action movie about a stuntman. I think it's going to be at least a decent movie. And the fact that this is going to be the biggest movie to come out in quite a few weeks, and it has a little bit of wiggle room with no other big movie coming out in the 2 weeks after. And if this movie is received pretty well, I think it'll accumulate enough money throughout the whole summer to get into the top 4. At number 3, I have Inside Out 2, which comes out June 14th. Look, I absolutely adore Inside Out 1, but it doesn't need a sequel. It didn't need a sequel. The whole point of the first movie was that with a lack of certain emotions, it allows for these much more complex and deeper and, frankly, not great emotions to steep up. I really took the themes from the first one to be that it's about a combination of emotions to create these deeper relationships and these deeper emotions that you feel and just get to live with. But in this one, you're getting 4 new emotions that you didn't see in anyone else in all of the heads that you went to in the first movie. I just don't really love when retconning like this happens because it also impacts the themes of the original film. And it's not that I'm upset or anything over it. I just, currently right now, it just feels a bit unnecessary for this movie to be made. But hey, I'm open to giving this movie a shot because I do want it to be good. I really love the first movie. It dealt with so many beautiful themes and it allowed it to be told in a way that kids are able to understand it. And so I'm hoping that this movie does the same, and I really hope I end up loving this one too. But yeah, money-wise, it's Pixar, and I mean, it's a kids movie. It's going to do well. It's going to do gangbusters. At number 2, I have Deadpool and Wolverine, which comes out July 26th. I'm pretty sure this is the only MCU movie coming out this year, and it's also 5 years since the last Deadpool movie. It's the return after 6 years for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and it's the folding in of Deadpool from the Fox universe into the MCU, so there's a lot going on for this movie. A lot of people are going to want to see this because they want to know what's happening next. And also Deadpool is Deadpool and people love Deadpool. So, pretty simple. And finally, at number 1, I have Despicable Me 4, which comes out July 3rd. It's a Despicable Me movie. They all make like $1 billion. It's wraps. Doesn't matter. Unless they come out with a huge surprise that isn't on the slate yet, that's a big movie to come out. It's easily Despicable Me 4 that's going to get the number 1 spot in this summer's box office. Watch I say that and it doesn't even make top 10. That'd be insane. It's not going to happen, but that'd be insane. But alright, those are my predictions for the 2024 summer box office. Be sure to leave your predictions down in the comments below. Also, I wanted to state again that I will be revisiting this video in September once all the numbers are tallied up. So it would be fun to see not only my predictions, but your guys' as well down in the comments. So be sure to subscribe to see what I think about your guys' comments later on. And of course, my results too. But alright, as always, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Be sure to stay tuned for Yeti Films content, and I'll watch you later.